Hey everybody, Chris Lagarde here with the Chris and Caleb Real Estate Team, where we are committed to dramatically impacting lives through real estate. Today I've got an interesting topic for you: emotions. Everybody has them. Some of us keep it in line a little better than others. I'll be honest, when I was young, I did not keep my emotions in line, and I've learned over the years, obviously, to keep them where they're appropriate. But in a real estate transaction, we see it all the time. Man, it's your biggest asset. If you're selling a home, you've been there for years, maybe you've raised your kids in a home. It's tough to keep your emotions out of it. If you're buying, it's the biggest purchase you make, big commitment. Maybe it's the first time you've made that purchase, and it's very difficult to keep your emotions between the lines. However, they can absolutely ruin a deal for you. I've seen it, unfortunately, too many times. And so I want to give 5 tips or secrets, whatever you want to call it, to keep your emotions from ruining your real estate transaction. So the first one is just decide in the very beginning, when you're unemotional, that you won't let it. All right, so if you decide up front and maybe you let your real estate agent know, hey, we're going to keep our emotions in between the lines, help us with that. Making that decisions ahead of time, like before you're in it, before you're neck deep in it, really, really helps. Because when you are, and you're like, we made a decision not to let this happen, it's much less likely to happen, right? All right, so that's the first one. Don't just decide that you're not going to let it. Now, I know that's harder said than done. However, it is definitely very, very helpful. Number 2, know what the process is, right? So what's the process you're going to walk through, whether you're buying or selling? What are the steps? Because if you know what to expect along the way, it's going to make it much easier. If you're racing, if you're in a car race and you know what the racetrack is and the little dips and curves and all that stuff, when to brake, when to accelerate, it's going to make your reaction and your time much better. And it's the same thing in real estate with a real estate process. If you know what's coming next, if you can stay one step ahead of the game, it's going to make things a lot easier because you're aware of what to expect. Number 3 is related to that, which is expect the unexpected, right? There are very few real estate transactions where nothing unexpected pops up. There are some, it definitely happens. We try to make it happen as often as possible, but there are times where things happen where you just don't expect it. So when it does, it's like, oh, I knew something was going to come up that we weren't expecting. It's okay. It's going to be good. And I think what kind of comes in play on this one is operating from faith, not fear. That's not one of the secrets, but maybe I should make this 6, right? Operating from faith, not fear, and making sure that you're trusting the process, right? So that actually leads to number 4, which is hire somebody with experience that you trust. So many times we find ourselves as realtors sitting in a counselor's seat. Our clients look to us for advice. We've been down this road a lot more than they have, and they're like, "What do we do?" We maybe sold one house before or bought a house before. We don't know what to do in this situation, and so it's extremely important that you're working with someone that you trust, that you hire someone with experience that you trust. The moment you don't trust them, man, that's going to make things a lot worse and a lot more difficult. And so have clear communication about that for sure. But you want to make sure that you hire someone that you trust, that you can, talk to, that will give you good advice and that will listen to you. That's not just, they need to be looking out for your best interest as the clients. I mean, that's one of the things as a quote unquote realtor. There's a difference between a realtor and a real estate agent. I'm not sure if you guys know that, but as a realtor, we are committed to upholding the ethics and values of the National Association of Realtors. And so, we are committed to looking out for our clients' best interest. And so if you get the sense that your agent is not, you need to talk with them and work that out, because that's a big deal. All right, number 5, the last one. So let me go through them real quick. Decide you won't let your emotions ruin your deal. All right. Number 2, know what the process is, so know what's coming. Number 3, know to expect the unexpected. All right, it's going to help smooth things out when things get, if things get crazy. Number 4, hire someone you trust. And the last one is keep your eye on the prize, right? You want to have perspective. You want to, why are you doing this? We have so many people that are either they're moving to, making a move to get to a different or better, quote unquote, better school district. Maybe they're looking to be closer to family. They're buying their first house, plant roots, have a family. keep your goal in mind. If you write it on your bathroom mirror, keep it in front of you. What's your big goal with this? Because if you keep your eye on that, it's going to make things a lot easier. I've been saying to one of my 4 kids, my 9-year-old lately, is this going to matter tomorrow? Is this going to matter in 5 years? And so if something comes up that you want to get emotional about, that you just want to get upset with the other side about, is this really going to matter in 5 years? It just kind of gives a perspective. So keep your eye on the prize. Is it going to matter in 5 years or tomorrow? And I've seen so many folks just get bent out of shape and mess things up over a small issue. Something that, maybe it's a $500 issue. And is it really that big of a deal? $500 in the overall scheme of things. Look, $500 is a lot of money for a lot of people. But in the overall perspective, sometimes it's like, man, if I have to put my home back on the market over $500, where it's going to sit for a couple of months, maybe not in this market, depending on where it is. You just need to know that. Have the perspective, have your goal in mind. So that's it. Top 5 tips on how to keep your emotions from possibly ruining your real estate transaction. If this is helpful, please share it with folks. I'd love for you guys to hit the share button on Facebook. Like our Facebook page, please. And my last ask for everybody is, we are looking for talent. If you know someone who's in sales or would like to be in sales, would like to really just blow their world up in a good way, I would love to talk to them, especially if they are current real estate agents. We are looking for experienced real estate salespeople to add to our team. We've got more leads than we can handle, and we've got business that we want to give to people. People that are hungry, humble, smart, that want to go after it, that want to make a big impact on this world, that want to join us in our mission. So if you know someone like that, please private message us. We'd love to talk to you. So with that said, appreciate it. Thanks for your time. Appreciate you watching. Thanks. Bye-bye.